I can remember my first kill.
Let's talk about that.
I can't remember my first hit.
Do you want to talk about your first kill?
Sure. We were, and at this particular compound, they were sleeping outside. Usually they're up on the roof. And then in summer it was summertime.
The only easy day was yesterday. It is not a hard-sounding quote. It's the motto of the United States Navy SEALs, the go-to special ops crew of the Navy. These men are sheer monsters as far as small team missions are concerned, plunging into any sort of ground you can think of. Across the ocean and jungle, urban streets, icy wastelands, high mountains, and even in the heart of the desert, they are constructed to cope with whatever the turmoil may be. You may have heard of Navy SEALs numerous times, but have you ever wondered what makes up a SEAL team? Chapter 1. The big picture, how SEALs are structured. In order to fully understand what SEAL teams all are about, we must start by zooming out and beginning at the top. Navy SEALs are under the Naval Special Warfare Command, or WARCOM. Under WARCOM, things are broken down into groups that are further divided into SEAL teams, and then it becomes more granular. The dirty work is done by task units, platoons, and lower-level squads. Approximately, there are 3,000 active duty SEALs and 200 in the reserve spread in different teams. These groups are advertised in the West and the East Coast. Next, there is a Tier 1 group called DEV-GRU, previously SEAL Team 6, the one that you have likely read in films or newspapers. To top it off, we have 2 SEAL delivery vehicle teams and 3 special boat teams supporting them. Now, getting into the SEALs isn't easy. BUD/S, or Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL, is just cruel. We mean madness, 75 to 80% dropout rate. The majority either wear themselves out under the stress or get injured, or simply cannot reach the insane high standards on a particular day. Such SEALs are implemented in more than 30 countries of the world. They are primarily based in Coronado, California, Little Creek, Virginia, and Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Chapter 2. WARCOM breaking down the groups.
Go out and we'd build the target package, and we study you, sometimes for weeks, for months. Sometimes it's a thing we've been chasing you for years. And multiple guys try to get you, we just can never neck you down. So I've been staring at your face, we'll just say for 4 months. Nothing but your face. People in between, you're the big fish we're all going after the entire time. You're up to all kinds of nefarious stuff. You're responsible for the death of 40 Marines, and you've done this, and you're this financier, now you're a bomb maker, make it up, whatever you're doing.
Well, now we will take a look at the specifics of the structure of WARCOM. The main groups are 1, 2, 4, 8, and 11 as a reserve group. Each group has its own area of focus and specialty. Other logistics and intelligence units also make up the WARCOM, such as the Mission Support Center, the Naval Special Warfare Center where training is provided, and also the Navy Special Warfare Development Group, DEV-GRU. Now we shall look closer and go step by step through each group to see who has what. Naval Special Warfare Group 1, which is located in San Diego, California, is essentially one of the 2 heavy hitters. It's in charge of SEAL teams 1, 3, 5, and 7. In addition, it operates 2 overseas units, one in Guam, Unit 1, and another in Bahrain, Unit 3. These men work out to remain mission fit to anything. It could be tracking down lawbreakers, striking targets of high value, or collecting intelligence in an area that most human beings would never consider visiting. They are experts at working in challenging areas such as the ocean, the jungle, and narrow urban areas. Insofar as their region of interest is concerned, they have eyes on the Middle East, Korea, as well as the Western Pacific. Then they have a long way to go down the ground and water. It is held down by Naval Special Warfare Group 2 in Little Creek, Virginia. This team operates SEAL Team 2, 4, 8, and 10 and has them booked into missions all around the world. We are discussing direct action, counter-terror, and recon. Their focus? Europe, Africa, the Arctic, Mediterranean, and South America. These men work in some very high-threat areas, and they are trained in all manner of things such as covert sea actions and the Arctic and speeding around the city. They have units out in front as well, similar to Naval Special Warfare Unit 2 in Stuttgart, Germany, or Unit 10 in Rota, Spain. In the place all the time and prepared to get into the scuffle. Naval Special Warfare Group 4, also based out of Little Creek, Virginia. This is the organization that operates the special boat teams of the Navy. The teams are mainly made of special warfare combatant craft crewmen who are the go-to guys in terms of getting SEALs in and out of the combat in sketchy locations. Naval Special Warfare Group 8, which is also located in Little Creek, Virginia. They command 1 and 2 SEAL delivery vehicle crews. One out of Pearl Harbor, the other at Little Creek. These men operate mini-subs which can transport the SEALs in and out of enemy areas without a murmur and all without being seen. There are special reconnaissance teams, SRT 1 and 2, that follow, all about gathering the intelligence before things get noisy. They employ new-gen technology, drones, cyber equipment, all that spy game equipment to keep an eye on the targets and get the SEALs locked in with the intelligence they require. Naval Special Warfare Group 11, based out in San Diego, California. They are in charge of the Navy SEALs Reserve, such as SEAL Teams 17 and 18. This group is more or less in charge of approximately 800 reservists. SEAL Team 17 is based in Coronado, and Team 18 has it down at Little Creek, Virginia. Then there is the Mission Support Center of WARCOM at San Diego. These are the Brain Boys. They are the ones who ensure that the ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance are all in readiness to roll, starting with training and equipment up to worldwide operations. Essentially, when you require the battlefield to be set up before you can even take a step, these people are already there. Chapter 3. Within a SEAL team task units, platoons, and squads. Now we can pay attention to SEAL teams mentioned in Group 1 and Group 2. These SEAL teams are deployed as Special Operations Task Forces or as Naval Special Warfare Squadrons anywhere around the world. We will dissect a standard SEAL team, its task groups, troops, and squads. Navy SEALs are referred to as team guys. When you get in, you are riding with a team and riding all your life. They roll deep with SWCC guys, SDV operators, EOD techs, and crypto support teams. An average SEAL team is made up of 2 to 4 task units and support personnel. A complete SEAL team, including all its platoons, task units, and support staff, totals approximately 300 individuals. The units of tasks roll around with 32 to 64 guys and a small HQ unit to ensure everything is in order. On the front line is typically a lieutenant commander with an experienced senior enlisted SEAL who has been around the block. Then you have 2 major players, dealing with operations and targeting. A chief petty officer and 1 officer. To roll now, that task unit does not just roll as a big squad. It's broken down even further into 2 to 4 SEAL platoons. Not one giant pack rolls out each 16-man SEAL platoon. They may divide into 2 8-man squads or 4 4-man fire teams, or get serious with 8 2-man sniper or recon teams. The officer in charge is usually the lieutenant of the point, and a veteran platoon chief maintains everything in line on the enlisted side. Both primary squads have a TJG and squad head. It is simply a matter of getting the right balance of leadership and boots on the ground and is willing to roll out and manage business. Chapter 4. The squad, the tiniest unit. The smallest, tightest unit in the SEAL lineup is a squad. Every team is packed with experts and is tailored to the type of mission that they are undertaking. This is a brief overview of the who and who of a normal SEAL squad. Team leader. This is the shot caller. They do the mission planning, keep the squad focused, and make the big decisions. Assaulters. These are your door kickers and close quarters ninjas. They are trained on the work of breaching, clearing rooms, and direct action. Sniper. This guy's got the long gun, offers recon, overwatch, and distance pickoffs. Breacher. The one that has the boom. Breaks down explosive doors and doors that no one can break. Communicator. Operates the radios and maintains everyone in touch. In their absence, there is anarchy. However, that is only the tip of the iceberg. These specialists can flex and substitute the squads depending on the mission. You could get a dog handler to do K9. A combat medic may be included with the mission in case it is a high-risk one, and you may mount a heavy weapons operator when you anticipate armored opposition. The SEAL squad structure is beautiful in that it is flexible. It is made to suit anything. Chapter 5. Tier 1 Dev GRU, once SEAL Team 6. However, now there exists one unit, which is in league of its own, in addition to the usual SEAL teams. The team is officially called the Naval Special Warfare Development Group and is abbreviated as SEAL Team 6 or Dev GRU. These guys are under the operational command of JSOC, the Joint Special Operations Command. They deal with undercover missions which hardly anyone is aware of. According to the East Coast, Dev GRU draws its operators out of the finest guys who have already made it in the mainstream SEAL teams. Frankly speaking, Dev GRU could be the subject of a video of its own. You want to take a closer look into their squads, training, equipment, and epics? Leave a comment. These are the men who brought down Osama bin Laden. These are the men that save hostages when all things go amiss. These are the men who work on the low profile and their operations hardly ever reach the news. When they do, then something historic has come to pass. The selection of Dev GRU operators is done in an inhumane screening process that is a warm-up to the BUD/S. They're experts in everything from halo jumps to submarine insertions to close quarters battle in environments most soldiers couldn't survive. Chapter 6. SDV Teams, the Unspoken Steeds. Gear change and discuss SEAL Delivery Vehicle Teams, or SDV teams. The entire scenario is a page out of the Book of Italian Frogmen during World War II. Those fellows ran wild adventures, breaking into harbors and destroying enemy vessels. Nowadays, SDV teams are gliding high-tech mini-subs that enable them to sail in stealth mode far behind enemy lines. The SDVs are the guys to go to when the swim is too long or the equipment is too heavy to go to the SEALs. They usually roll out of submarines, but can roll off shore bases or surface vessels when necessary. But what do? Sabotage missions. Consider planting mines beneath enemy vessels or sealing a harbor to make traffic stand still. They also excel at recon, infiltrating, dropping off sensors, surveying, and then reporting. The SDV per se is a feat of engineering. It is a wet sub, which means that it is submerged in water during transit. They breathe with scuba tanks and are guided by high-tech sonar and GPS. These men have the ability to cover miles underwater, totally undetected by radar and sonar, and emerge directly underneath an enemy ship. Chapter 7. SWCC, the boat guys who deserve more respect. Now we will zoom on these Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewmen, aka SWCC. These men may not receive the same type of hype as the SEALs, but one fact is that they are pure beasts when it comes to running fast, hard-hitting boats. This is 700 operators that are in the business of transporting SEALs in and out of hot zones. They are known as Special Warfare Boat Operator. They're behind the wheel of some of the Navy's fastest, most tricked-out boats like the Combatant Craft Assault and the Special Operations Craft Riverine. These boats have speeds of more than 50 knots, equipped with .50 caliber machine guns, grenade launchers, and even guided missiles. These men are subjected to a rigorous training at the Naval Amphibious Base Coronado and are stretched to their very limits. We're talking heavy-duty stuff. High level of navigation, weaponry, and tactical skills of the team. We got special boat teams 12, 20, 22 on Coronado, Little Creek, and Stennis. And they are out there conducting coastal and riverine operations in any sort of shabby waters. SEALs are unable to reach their targets without SWCC. They are the bus drivers to the danger zone, and they're just as dangerous as the guys they're dropping off. Chapter 8. The training pipeline, what it really takes.
You have to treat it like it's the most dangerous game you'll ever play, because it is. like really, really immerse yourself in it, really, really live it all day, every day. That dude has been training for months to kill me. He should have, and he didn't.
Even before you can even consider joining a SEAL team, you must survive the training pipeline. It begins with BUD/S that is broken into 3 stages. First phase is conditioning. This is the place Hell Week occurs. 5.5 days of non-stop training, wet and cold, and nearly no sleep. It is in this area where majority of the dropouts occur. Your body doesn't break as soon as your mind. Second stage is diving. You are trained in combat swimming, navigating underwater, and the use of closed-circuit diving rigs to infiltrate enemy harbors. Third stage is land warfare. You are taught weapons, demolition, patrolling, and the tactics of small units. You are training in the mountains and deserts of California, training how to work in any environment. Post BUD/S is SEAL Qualification Training, or SQT, where you are taught the finer details of SEAL operations. Then you are teamed up. However, the training does not end. SEALs carry on training on the fly. They are ever gaining knowledge on new weapons, new tactics, new technology. And there you have it, the complete list of all the Naval Seek units of WARCOM. The SDV teams stealing underwater to the quick boats of SWCC. Between the standard SEAL teams that undertake missions all over the world and the shadow warriors of DevGru whose activities remain unknown to anyone. Every unit has its mission, culture, and way of doing the job. They all have one thing in common. The only easy day was yesterday. Which team would you roll with then? In the comment section below, please tell us. And in the meantime, like, share, and smash that subscribe button so you can get the next video.